Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. Carlos will arrive, or will he not? We don't know. Says he's busy right now, so we don't know what that means. Anyway, so we are here. It's a new episode, another Friday. And what we did was we watched the Dave Chappelle news special called, man, I forgot the name
Dreamer.
of it. There you go. Dreamer. It's Dave Chappelle's, I think, his fourth or fifth Netflix special now. And also, we'll talk a little Cat Williams. He seems to be in the news or running off at the mouth. And anything else we have on the mind? Johnny, anything else on your mind?
Oh, that's it. Just a little comedy.
All right. Well, there you go. How about Laura? Laura, anything going on with you? Huh?
Oh, I have an update.
Okay. What is the update?
Oh, that's right. You had an
Wait,
appointment
is this the
this week.
Ozempic update?
It is.
We need to hear it. And go.
Okay, so Monday I had my appointment. I came in, sat down, talked to a nurse practitioner who was a skinny bitch. I was like, I'm sorry, we're in
Skinny
the
bitches.
it's called St. Louis Bariatrics. So they do like bariatric surgery, like gastric sleeve surgery and the like, for the morbidly obese in the St. Louis area. And this skinny bitch RN comes in wearing Ugg boots and leather leggings. And I'm like, what are you doing working here? You do not know my pain. You do not know my struggle. You
Wait a
clearly
second. Time out. So you're telling me that she should have been overweight to relate to you? Like they should have looked at the chart. Okay, coming in for Ozempic. Okay, let's get Stephanie in here. Stephanie, you're a little pudgy. You could talk to her. Oh, wait, let's see the chart here. Oh, this one. Oh, he's a downy. Can we get Fred in here instead? Oh, sorry, Mark. You can't talk to this person right now. Like what? Like
Laura, how do you know that she's not a product of their
of Ozempic?
Ozempic.
Yeah, or she's just
young
product of
and
genetics,
she-
and I just want to.
He clearly
Go ahead.
works out. He had very like thick thighs, but not in like the fat sense, in like
Gotcha.
the I work out sense.
So she was thick. I got you. Yeah.
No, she was
No,
not
but
thick.
thick in the workout sense.
Thick,
Yes, we understand.
Thick in the
we
best
understand.
ways, like
yes, we
strong.
get it. We get it.
Yeah, like the kind of thighs that could crush your head. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know what?
I
I actually
I
kind of
don't
want to hear
swing
more
that
about
way.
this girl.
Continue
Like,
with
I
what was
mean-
her name?
yeah.
I don't remember. Why do I think it was Crystal? I may be totally pulling that out of my ass.
Well, it
You
could
I
know
don't
be.
remember.
Could be Crystal Thighs. Right. Anyway, what about this bitch?
So we sit down, we start talking about, different options, to talk about, weight loss plans, like what I'm following, what I'm trying to do, working out, trying to work out, so many days a week on the elliptical, following a diet plan. It's just not really clicking with me. Like, what can we do? We went through the roster of medications that are available. Immediately, I wanted to go for the not Ozempic, but the Ozempic style. And I think the one that is like most available in terms of market and, insurance coverage and that kind of thing is Zepbound. And that's an injectable similar to Ozempic. And she said, okay, that's $550 a month without insurance. And there are other options that we can try, before you get to that more high priced option. There are some other lower cost options that have been on the market for longer that maybe we should try because you've never tried them before. She walked me through, there were 2 or 3 different versions. Basically, there is speed mixed with an antidepressant and an antidepressant. Those are like the 3 options that are before the injectable. And since I'm already on antidepressants, I said no thanks to one of them. Since I also have a problem with anxiety, I said no to the speed and antidepressant because that has a tendency to kick up anxiety. So what we landed on was it's called phentermine. Fen as in remember fen?
Yeah, yeah. We I used to take that with the
Doesn't
workout
that
shit.
kill
Yeah.
people?
Mhm.
It did.
Okay.
But it's the first fen in combination with the second fen
Ah, yes,
that
fen,
kill
fen.
people.
Yes,
This
yes.
is minus the first fen.
Oh, just the second fan.
It's just the second fen,
Ah,
exactly.
yes.
Huh.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's a stimulant. It's speed. I mean, it's not an amphetamine directly, but it's in that drug family. Um, that's what we decided on. It's only like $20 a month. Uh, so I got that prescription filled. She called it in on Monday. My husband picked it up for me on Tuesday because we also had, baby prescriptions to fill because, of course, it's winter, everyone's sick. And I took it for the first time today at 10 a.m. They warned me, like, don't take this and also drink all the coffee you drink.
Mm.
And
True. Yes, that is true. Yeah.
it went pretty well. I was pretty hyper, but pretty good mood most of the day. I was not hungry. I usually skip breakfast, so that was not a problem. I could have easily skipped lunch today. I didn't because my daughter was home. She does not eat unless socially pressured to do so. So I had to like sit down and eat with her at the same time that she ate. But I didn't have a snack. I ate a regular dinner, and then I started drinking. But I don't know. It's still first day. And so here's the thing. She's like, we give it like 30 days and we'll see how we do on this medication. If you're not getting the results that you would like, we can try the more expensive option. But because I've never tried this one before, she's like, why not start with the cheaper, easier version, see how it goes, and then if needed, we can go to the more expensive $500+ a month option.
Yeah, okay. Well, is this current one covered under insurance?
I think so. It's
Okay, I
gotta
mean
be
it's like
because
it
it
says
would
20
it would be
bucks.
or it's just so blasé and been in the market for so long, it's that cheap out of pocket. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I remember how we talked about they used to put that in all the workout shit we used to take and make it
Yeah.
super hyper and you never gain weight and all the shit you used to take. It's this basically taking the same shit. You're basically
Yep.
taking like Stacker 3 before they took the fan out.
Yep.
That's what you're taking. That's pretty much all you're doing. And
So that's what I'm
yeah.
starting with, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm trying to make some like lifestyle changes. I've been so busy the last 2 days. I have had zero chance to work out because I have had a kid at home sick. I could
Yes.
talk about that for forever because it's very entertaining. Um, anyway, but But I'm trying some lifestyle changes. I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't sit on the couch anymore. I don't watch TV on the couch because the couch is where I eat. So I've moved to the bedroom. I can watch TV in the bedroom because you don't eat in bed because eating in bed is gross.
I see. I
I
see
don't
what you're
know.
doing. You're
We'll
trying
see.
to, it's like you're tricking yourself. You got it. Yeah, I
Yes.
get you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Retrain your brain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't eat in my bed, so I only watch TV in bed. So then what do you do on the sofa? You eat on the sofa then. Hmm. Do you have a kitchen table?
I'd move my sofa into the bedroom.
Yeah, you probably would.
Like
Or or
I'm going the
or
other
you
way.
would tell your wife, you know what? I'm sleeping on the sofa tonight.
uh
Yeah. Pick a fight on
it feels
purpose.
so good. That's the thing. It's just like a drug addict, right? Like you know, eating or doing whatever that dopamine releasing behavior is, it's just like a drug addict. Like you'll find whatever reason to do it, even though you know you shouldn't, it's not good for you. At the end of the day, you're like, I deserve it. And so I'll be sitting there like shoving my face with cereal and, microwave pancakes and like all kinds of
Well,
stupid
the
shit
worst,
around the house.
yeah, but that's the worst thing, right? When you find yourself at home all day, you're constantly gonna pick on shit to eat. because you're not occupying your time with anything. You just
Yep.
okay. I just finished watching. I'm gonna grab this. Oh, go to the restroom, come back out. What's in the pantry now? Then go sit back down. Another hour gets up. You get up, grab some chips, and then it's nonstop, and you don't realize it. It just in your mind, you're not even. It's not
Yeah.
even like I've overdone it today. It's
Yeah.
just you just keep going back to it, and
You're on autopilot. Yeah. And that's what it's like
yeah,
for me from when the kids go to bed till when I go to bed around 10. Like it's not all day. I work from home, but I don't sit on the couch all day. Like I'm legitimately working. And then, but once the kids go to bed,
yeah. It's like open buffet.
look out.
Hmm. Lock the fridge. That's what I say. Lock
Truly.
it up.
That's what I said. I'm like, really, what I just need is a padlock on the fridge and pantry after 8 p.m.
It would never help. You just break that fridge door open.
Totally, I would. I'm
Yeah,
a
you would.
problem solver.
Well, yeah, you created the problem, and now you're trying to solve your own problem. Son of just no good.
Truer words have never been spoken.
It's just no good. It is crazy because when you think about people that are addicted to exercise or going to the gym, well, that's why they're not like us, right? They're not sitting around not doing shit. They're like, I'm gonna occupy that time. That's a space I'm gonna occupy by doing something, even if it's going
Yeah.
for a walk or blah blah blah. But
Yeah, but think about then what they're missing in terms of, self-care or self-reflection or downtime that they need. It's all about moderation. Everything in life is about
yes and
moderation.
no. I could say that a person that's addicted to the gym can also find that at the gym. They can find that as peaceful for themselves, as that's where they like to be, right? Like,
Or are they
somewhere that
using it again as a method to keep from reflecting on their own thoughts of their own and their emotions of their day?
like I think they can do that at the gym too. I really do.
No, I can do both. I could do that while I'm eating, but I'm not because
So
that's
you
exactly
wait,
what I
first of
do. I
all,
use food to
uh-huh.
numb my emotions and feelings and thoughts.
And that's what I'm
Same
saying.
way
They
as
use
people
the
use
gym.
exercise.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. You need to be active. Like that's all it comes down to. Did they tell you that too? Be active on this
Well, yeah.
Fed. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just it.
Well, actually, they tried their I'm supposed to get a diet and exercise consultation
Oh,
along
forget all
with
that crap.
this. No, I want to do it. They called me yesterday. I was in the middle of dealing with my sick kid. I was at the doctor's office. I'm like, I have to call you back. I left them a message today saying, I need you to call me back. Nobody called me back.
Okay, we can do it for you. Don't worry about it. Fruits, vegetables, cut the carbs, sugar, and exercise for 60 minutes a day. Done. There. Boom.
60 minutes? Who the fuck has 60 minutes?
You don't exercise. That just means be active. You can go for a walk. It doesn't matter what it is. All they're going to tell you is be active for 60 minutes. That's all.
Like total?
Fuck, that's not a
There's
long time.
Yes, it is. When you have kids, 60
Forget
minutes
that
is a
you have
fucking long
you
ass
have another
time.
spouse. Does he not want to take care of your children? Does he not love your children?
So that's saying after, so once the kids get home, it's
Yeah.
from when they get home
Uh-huh.
to when they go to bed. It
Yep.
is all hands on deck for
Okay.
both children.
Uh-huh.
So then once one of them goes to bed, you can
Uh-huh.
go down to one parent.
Okay. Do you have a stroller?
And yes.
Okay, perfect. Boom. Solve the problem.
Okay. Do you know how cold it is here
Just don't
in
chicken
St.
out.
Louis?
Don't chicken out. Okay. Don't use that as an excuse. Do not do that. Do not
Fucking
do it.
20 degrees here in St. Louis.
You know how cold it is here in California? Johnny, how cold is it?
Oh my
60
God.
degrees.
Yeah, today you got 62.
Yeah, today was 65.
Brr.
You understand? I've seen children out there today. Don't give me no excuse. And their mom's more like the nurse you
Snowing.
spoke with.
Yeah, I bet they
Yeah.
do over there in fucking California. Fuck y'all. This is the Midwest. We're corn fed.
Yeah, we
It's
guys
cold.
you guys need Ozempic. Like a big Ozempic.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this speed works out for me.
I tell you what,
we'll weigh in at a week and see
So-
how it went.
I did go to a movie preview movie doesn't come out for who knows how many months. I don't even know. Monday. And I kept track of people coming in, like, because I was one of the first ones in. They set me in the very back so I could see the whole crowd. Not gonna lie, I'd say 40 to 60% were not fat. They were morbidly obese. And I was like, hey,
Welcome to America.
yeah, all right. I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is not gonna lie. There was one lady, she had to take 2 chairs.
Mm.
Yeah. And I was like, my goodness, and she was no older than probably 30.
No.
Yeah. So then I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, Fen Fen, She was like, "What? Don't worry about it. We'll give you a call later." But it was pretty. The movie was horrible, but the crowd also was quite horrible. So the movie was so bad, like 10 people just walked out. And I thought, "You're not releasing this movie, not to the general public. This is how bad it is." Now we won't talk about it, but it was just that bad. It was
Because you
just
can't tell us what it is, right?
I can't. But they go around and they ask everyone, "Would you rate it?" Would Because we used to write all your little things down.
0 out of 5.
Man, yeah. For when they came up to me, I said, I said it's like poor, fair, average, good, great. I was like, poor, one of the worst movies I ever saw. Really? Okay. She kept moving on, and every person told her that, and I was like, I don't know. Who you're gonna find that one person that want to
Was
kiss
it a
your ass?
comedy? Was
Can't
it an
say. No, we're not.
action?
We're not gonna
No,
say.
you can't
No,
even say
no,
genre. Okay.
no, not gonna say anything. No,
All
no.
right. All right.
But it was so bad. Just. Oh
I don't understand the secrecy to garbage. Like,
my. You know, it's
It's part of
because
the screening
you don't want
process.
bad press, right? When the movie's not out for months, and then they're gonna try to hype it up through whatever means of advertising, and then a lot of people jump on Twitter, like myself and the other 400 people, going, "Oh no, no, I saw this movie months ago. Holy, stay away from this thing. Like this is dog shit." And that's just. I mean, look at movies like The Flash. They didn't let people preview it until 2 days before it came out because they knew, okay, if people watch this movie, they're gonna be like, "Oh crap, like what's all the hype about?"
no, I guess what I'm wondering is like the secrecy. Do they have your name? Are they gonna sue
Yes.
you?
Yeah, you have to sign an NDA. They got all your information. They take a picture of your driver's license when you walk in the theater. They take your phone away from you.
It's a
All that.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan was there. This was like 6 months beforehand. And same thing. They made us sign this, take a picture of my driver's license, take your cell phone away. Don't say
Why is
shit.
he
Now,
there?
so a lot of the actors will show up to get audience feedback. Like they don't say anything, they watch. And then they'll
Hmm.
watch people as they walk out to see kind of what they're saying, right? So as I walked out, he was literally in front of the door as you walk out with like looked like probably producers. And they're just literally staring at us, almost like, what are they saying? And it was a really good movie. I remember
You should
walking out
be
going,
doing
oh,
that
that's pretty
behind. I
good.
mean, if you really want objectivity, you should be doing that behind a plate glass window because if people know you're watching, you're inherently
Well, we didn't know he
ruining
was
the
there until you
effect.
walked out, right?
Yeah, but
And not
once you
everybody,
see him
but not
though, you're not going to
everybody,
be
well,
like, "That sucked"
well,
to
that's
your
just it.
friend next to you.
Not everybody saw him. I remember walking out and going, telling this other guy, because everybody's random. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. He goes, yeah, that was a good movie. And then I looked over and I was like, oh shit, Michael B. Jordan. And he had his hat low. And then the guy's like, oh, it really is him. And we just kept walking. I'm like, okay, cool. So clearly he was watching us and watching the movie probably for a short time. There's no way he was there the whole time. But they do
Yeah.
that. Some will sit with the audience, The Rock's known to do that at his previews. He'll sit with the audience. Yeah.
Not
Can you
fucking
imagine?
inconspicuous. Like the motherfucker's 300 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can imagine the movie say it starts, he walks in 10 minutes into the movie with a hoodie on, sits in the very front, nobody realizes it. Imagine you're beside him and you're like, hey buddy, this movie is this movie's
Oh.
great.
yeah.
I gotta go. Like, yeah. So, and I get invited weekly to these things. So it's like
I feel like he
It
would
used to
have
be
to take
on.
over the armrest. Like you don't get any of that
right,
armrest.
you're way off to the
Nope.
side, like this
Mm-mm.
fucking
Yeah.
asshole. Like, what a
I
dick.
used to be on those screening like invite lists in St. Louis, but then I didn't go to a bunch of them because they give you like short notice
They
and
do.
they're weird times and I work a 9 to 5 job, so
They do.
I didn't
Yeah.
go for 6 months and now I'm off those lists entirely.
Yeah, they give me like a 5-day notice. It's always 7 p.m., but it's always show up 2.5 hours early or you won't get in. Those type of things.
Yes. Yeah, fuck that. I ain't got
And
time
then
for that shit.
yeah, and if it's a very like high budget movie, they pick people out of the line. So they'll walk up to you. How old are you? What's your ethnicity? Do you like these type of movies? Okay, you go in that line, so you're guaranteed to get in.
Oh,
And then
fuck off. Well,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen that in St.
Oh yeah,
Louis, but
yeah. And then what they'll do is they'll like brand you with like a certain color bracelet, so you stay afterwards, so they can ask you questions. Yeah.
It
So
doesn't seem worth it for a free movie. Like,
no, it really doesn't. I agree.
well, it's one of
Johnny.
those things where they sometimes they don't tell you what it is, so you'll walk in. And then the director will show up and he's like, this is a big budget movie. Like he'll give the whole spiel. They always give the spiel. So you just kind of like, oh, I hope it's this. I hope it's that. Like I hope I get to see this movie before everyone else. And that's the reason to go is that because you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe I'll see the new Deadpool movie before everyone else gets to see it, or I'll see Joker Part 2 6 months early, and I'll get to tell them what I think. Those type of things. But you don't know what you're gonna see. Remember, when I saw Bad Boys 3, and Martin
And
Lawrence
you were
showed
like,
up.
"Don't change a thing." Fucking
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh man, that was bad. And then, but it was that movie specifically, they wouldn't tell us one thing about it. Nothing. They just said, "All right, movie's about to start. Everybody enjoy the show." And I was like, "What the hell is it?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
That's interesting because that's different than here in St. Louis. So the experience that I've had with screenings here in St. Louis is they give you like 24 or 12 hours notice. Sometimes it's in the evening, but sometimes it's at like weird times, like 2
Yeah.
p.m. They're like, you're on the list, like click here to reserve your spot. And then you get there and you just go in and watch. Like you have this pass on your phone, they scan it, you go in, and that's just basically it. I think I did have one where they took my phone. But obviously nobody is there. It's in St. Louis.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like final cut version, and they kind of want to get the general
Yeah.
feedback
Yeah, yeah.
of how it might go by. Um, but yeah, it's just generally not worth it because the timing is always weird. And yeah, I haven't
Everyone
been in
I've
a while.
seen is like first cut version, no special effects. Just like you'll
Oh
see green
wow.
screen or something, or
Yeah, we
like
don't get that here in St. Louis.
yeah, the person's acting like something's happening that you can clearly tell special effects should be there, but there's nothing, so it looks funny, in a sense.
That
Like
would be interesting. Yeah.
for instance, half of Bad Boys like was all green screen.
A
It was hilarious. Like they're riding on a
Marvel
motorcycle
movie is
together.
just 100% green
Yeah,
screen. You
right.
don't
But
see
but
anything.
so there's a scene where Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are on a motorcycle and they're shooting 100 guys at once, whatever. But it's all on a green screen, the whole thing. I remember seeing it afterwards, going, "Holy shit, that looks really good!" Like it looks like they're really driving through the streets of Miami. Like, but it was just all green screen, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And
Just doesn't sound like a good movie experience for me.
well, it's
No.
just it. You're the test audience. You're the one that's gonna tell them that looked like crap, that ending's stupid. Like they ask you that too. What you think of the ending? They'll pass the mic to you, and you're like, "That was horrible. That didn't make any sense." Yada yada yada. Oh, why? And you'll tell them, "Okay," and somebody's sitting there just writing it down the whole time, and filming you because they filmed the test audience. And
What do you say? I bet you rip it to shreds.
I tell them the truth. I'll tell them if it's garbage or at every movie. I'll tell them that's the Sandra Bullock had a movie with Channing Tatum, and I got to see it like 6 months in advance. And man, no joke, about 5 minutes into asking me, they asked me to leave.
Yes.
Yeah, and they gave me a $50 movie voucher because they felt bad that they kicked me out for
They're
saying
like,
this
I'm
movie's garbage.
sorry. I'm sorry we wasted 4 hours of your time.
Oh yeah, no, it was funny because I was like, "This is horrible. This is not funny. This like this. Why would This is we've seen this before." Okay, sir, thanks for your time. And they gave me like a voucher. You can go now. Everybody else can stay though. And I was like, "Oh well, you just asked me the truth. It was trash." And
Well, that's the thing about statistics, right? You're getting rid of the outliers. You're looking for that bell curve. So any people who
oh yeah.
particularly hate it or particularly love it, you got to get rid of those outliers, and you're
Well, not
looking at the general
necessarily.
bell curve.
If you go to these, they primarily only want the ones that say it was amazing. Literally, that's what they want. Like it's
Well,
like
yeah, that makes sense from a corporate
yeah,
perspective.
yeah. So this last movie that we saw, where I say 95% of people said it was trash, that 5% is who they picked to stick around. That said, not bad. And when they said that, I just was like, you stupid son of a bitch.
You have zero
Yeah.
discernment.
You
Get
just
out of here.
yeah, you just want to be picked. That's what I say when I hear people say things like that. You just want to be part of the final test audience. Like, that a piece of shit. Like,
I want to show up on the camera on the DVD specials.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Eh.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought it was the greatest. You ever see those previews where it always shows them that they walked down and said, "This was a blast."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just can't see how you can fully accurately rate a movie. Like I'm picturing, like say Endgame, and
Yeah.
it's a shit ton of green screen. And
Yeah.
what the hell am I gonna be cheering at? Like
Yeah.
the effects help that movie like be what it
True.
is, and
True. But I could also
No.
see a movie like that probably is not getting tested the same way, you know.
Agreed. It's
Marvel's
probably a later down the line
yeah, and
testing.
Marvel's probably way more into this fuck, we don't need to test screen this. Like we know what we're doing. I think the test screen movies really come down to okay, we really the producer's saying, I don't know about this one. Let's test screen it. And then they take it out and then they go, yep, we were right. That well was trash. Like, let's reshoot this, cut that, edit this, and do this, that, and this. So yeah. Yeah. So if you live in LA, you can go to those all you want. There's like 10 a week. I get invited all the time. Every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I get invitations. But I only go Mondays. Oh yeah. So there you go. Oh, Carlos is here. Hey, he's back. He made
Hey.
it.
You got a haircut,
Yay.
or you combed your hair.
I think
Which
he
one?
combed it.
It's actually bedhead that's flattened out.
Oh, well, you should sleep like that more
Looking
often.
good, buddy. Looking good.
You missed the Ozempic update, so you're gonna have to go back and listen when you get a chance. And
All right.
we're actually about to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, right here on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
You know what, brother? Do you like to work out? Won't you come join me on my podcast, Buff Guys Workout to the Extreme. No sissies allowed. Get ready, get pumped. You don't know what's coming. It's all here. You're never gonna know what hit you. Podcast. That's right. Muscle on top of muscle, brother. There's no need to go to the gym. We bring it to you, to your ears, to your veins, to your blood. Get it pumping until you're ready to go. You want to impress the ladies? Well, I'll show you how. With cheap steroids so you can get big muscles. Don't worry about small balls and dicks. You got muscles, and that's what ladies want. And you want to get the ladies to listen to my podcast. It's called Buff Guys Workout to the Extreme. No sissies allowed. Get ready, get pumped. You don't know what's coming. It's all here. You're never gonna know what hit you. Podcast, brother.
Nerds Talking is not responsible for the Buff Guys Workout to the Extreme. No sister allowed. Get ready, get pumped. You don't know what's coming. It's all here. You're never going to know what hit you. Podcast, if you take steroids and get small balls and dicks. Thanks for listening. I'm back to the show.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. We all watched a new Dave Chappelle special on Netflix called Dreamer. And, he, again, caught a little controversy about this one as well, because he does the trans jokes and the what was the other? It was trans jokes. It was handicap jokes, and I didn't think that it was offensive. I thought it was funny as shit. Anyway, we'll start with Carlos. Carlos was Dreamer, Dave Chappelle.
I loved it. I love this. I found it a little funnier than the last one. This one had me kind of laughing the whole way through. But yeah, I didn't find what he was saying was offensive. Anything different than any of the other comic would have. I mean, I've heard way worse jokes, not from Dave, but about like handicap and the gay community and all that. But they always seem to pick on him, which is funny. No, it was hilarious. But at the end, I felt a little bad, a little down on myself, because maybe I don't dream big enough. Maybe I'm not a dreamer. I need to dream bigger. Well, thanks, Dave. Maybe anyway, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
Good
lost me
show.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally tried.
No, I get what you're
understand
saying,
exactly
but
what he's talking
Thank you.
about.
Thank you, Laura. At
Yeah.
least you're not
I
an
just-
idiot like the other two.
The Dreamer. I mean,
But anyway, yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely great.
Are
great.
you just going
You
off of
gotta
the
choose.
title, or was there a message in
Did
there?
you
that
not watch
At
the
the
end?
end,
Did
he
you
doesn't
not
There
watch
was,
the whole
yeah,
show?
there was definitely a
he
message.
talks about
in
his
it.
journey and all that. Yeah.
Did you not watch the whole?
Yeah, but I don't. I
show?
wasn't fucking touched by his shit or inspired to do anything. Like he
You weren't
did
listening close enough.
Killing Me Softly or whatever
Yeah, when he's talking about
Yeah.
that. Mhm. Yep,
years
yep.
ago. That's what it was about. His big dream. Like we've seen that.
No.
No,
No. Mm.
it's cool though.
Just
Thank you
fucking
for
tell
trying.
me already.
He
Jesus
doesn't remember
fucking
either.
Christ,
He doesn't
man.
remember either.
Okay, then
It wasn't memorable to me, so just fucking explain it.
Yeah,
instead
tell
of,
him.
Oh, did you missed
Yeah,
out? You just
Because
wanna
Johnny's
watch
not a
it again."
dreamer. Tell
What
him.
the fuck?
Dreamers are kids that come over here from other countries
Damn.
and want to go to
You're dreaming to
college.
be a fucking asshole.
You're dreaming of assholes?
That's what I'm doing. You know,
Oh,
just
okay.
dreaming of fucking starfish.
Oh, wow. Chocolate covered. Was that a Limp Bizkit album? I forgot.
Yeah, what was it?
All right,
Chocolate
Laura, you give
flavors?
us
Okay.
yeah, you give us Carlos didn't want to tell him about the dreamers, so Laura will. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking watch it again. Fuck you guys.
I watched the whole thing. I had the beginning. When I say the beginning, what I really mean is like whole 3/4. There was a few times I chuckled, but I didn't really find it that funny. I didn't find it offensive because comedians are comedians. Like you can expect that they're gonna come in and say some wild shit. So I was not offended by anything that he said. I didn't think any of it was particularly hilarious. The only part that I laughed out loud on, what was it? The joke about, oh God, I can't even repeat it because I'm gonna get canceled.
Just say it. I mean, just say the joke.
He said his name was N Jin.
Oh, Huckleberry Finn
Oh,
joke.
that
Yeah,
shit was
Huckleberry Finn
hilarious.
That was hilarious.
retold
Yeah.
by N
So
If your name
just
was-
call me Jim.
Jim.
Just call,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he
if your
said he
name
died
was
of
Huckleberry.
loneliness.
Yeah.
He died of loneliness because all of liberal Hollywood would never say his name. It really made me laugh. That was the thing that got a laugh out of me. But I do just like listening to Dave Chappelle talk. He's a very insightful person. And really in that last fourth, that's when I was really drawn in, not because of comedy, but because he is a really great storyteller. And that last fourth is all about the dreamer living the dream. And I got sucked in that part about, oh, this person had a dream and oh, not working out, and oh, this person had a dream. He's a forward thinker, so he committed suicide. And like that whole part really sucked me in. And I enjoyed the last fourth. The other 3/4 was whatever. I wasn't super into it, but the message at the end, it's impactful. Dream big. Make an impact and know your worth, know what you want and go for it. And that was the inspirational message to the end of it, and that's what I enjoyed about it because I like Dave Chappelle. I like him as a person. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but all the things that I've seen from him, from his stand-up specials and his interviews, I think he is a very interesting person, um, who has a lot of interesting lessons to teach.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Johnny,
I don't know. I'm fucking watching the ending again. I mean,
you're
like,
watching it right. How are you hearing it?
I'm reading the
Oh my God, you're
the
reading
captions.
subtitles. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
Someone recently on YouTube it was clickbait. It was a Dave Chappelle clip, but it wasn't what the title had said. It was just him doing stories. Like 11 minutes of stories. And I'm like, I could listen to this all night.
Yeah,
Just
I'd
the
listen
way
to
he
the shit
tells
out
a
of that,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
when I
good.
saw him, when I saw him live, in Sacramento, this is when he came back from his hiatus. That's all he did. He did about 2 hours stand up and 2 hours of just talking to us about what he's been up to. And he was supposed to get off the stage, and he's like, "No, let me keep going." And he busted out cigarettes, and then I think it was a 5-hour show. He just didn't want to get off the stage, and I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I got here at
That
8. It's
seems
now 1
that's
a.m.
that's pretty well, okay. Depending on how old I am. If I'm 21, I'm totally into it. If I'm 35, I'm like, I mean, this is cool, but I got stuff to do. But
No, it was
I mean,
this is I'm talking this is 2013, and he's literally asking us, what do you guys want to talk about? Ask me whatever you want. And then whenever someone asked him a question, it was like a
that's pretty
20-minute, he just wouldn't go on for like 20 minutes. And my cousin and I
that does
literally,
sound pretty awesome.
and my cousin and I were literally in the front row. Just like, this is so damn cool. Like, all right. But yeah. It's Johnny. Now that you saw the ending, or you didn't, or you're a dreamer. I don't know what's going on with you, but what's your take on the show?
I guess I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck Carlos was talking about. Oh, I didn't dream big enough. Oh. What the? I still
Get 'em, Johnny.
don't
Get 'em.
get it. Are you?
Now I feel like I need to go back and
Yeah.
rewatch it as if I was looking too much into it.
You were
We're
way
all
too much into it.
gaslighting each other.
That's
Like,
right.
No,
I
Laura,
mean,
you and I are on a higher plane. That's all it is.
I'll be honest. When
What a
he
shock.
did, at the end,
What
when
a
he did
fucking
the
shock.
spiel about, the dreamers and all that, but then he had a punchline at the end. I was like, I
Yeah,
knew it was
right. Like
coming.
Little
I
Nas
knew it
X,
was
like
coming.
just
That's how it
dreaming
should
and
be. That's why it's a comedy show. You
Oh, the
go
little
back to
Nas
the
X shit was
punchline.
hilarious.
That was
yeah.
pretty funny.
I
Like
thought the
some of
funniest.
the stuff was
yeah.
like low hanging fruit. It was just too easy. It was like the retarded jokes and
Oh,
the
so funny, the retarded jokes.
politician who was like,
Oh,
the
he
only
was good
reason he's
too.
there is so he could bend over a chair and
Madison Cawthorn, that shit was funny too. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that funny. I thought it was like Dave, you're better than that. Like
Did you tell him that?
that's what I was thinking. No,
Oh,
I
you were thinking
I
that.
didn't tell him that.
You should have told him that
What's
like on Twitter or something.
Submersibles joke. He thought that was very funny, and I'm like,
I didn't enjoy that one either.
I didn't. I mean, not
Wait,
that I
which
was
joke was it?
offended.
Which joke? Was it?
Underwater, like
Oh,
Titanic,
Titanic
dead Titanic
submersible.
people.
the Titanic. That was just so stupid.
Not offended, just not that funny. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
I mean,
man.
like the fact that it came around when he was talking about having his joke book in the safety deposit box. I'm like,
that was a funny
okay,
joke.
that was funny.
It was funny after the fact, but like when he first did it, I was like, well, all right, well.
Wait, what?
When he did the joke the
the-
first time,
yeah,
the
yeah.
underwater.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and then came back around to it.
Yeah.
But,
So-
but a lot of his jokes are like that. He'll tell you the joke about a handicapped person. 10 minutes later, he comes right back around to the handicapped person as a punchline of another
Right.
joke. You're like, oh, that's funny because you were just talking shit about him. But now the handicapped person's like, yo, good job, Dave.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it took a long time to get there, though. Like, I had to not enjoy a lot of stuff before I enjoyed that joke. So, I love his work. Some stuff is better than others, and this is probably one of his better ones. But still, the "Killing Me Softly" one, that's probably my favorite of all time.
I just think you're more of a highbrow comedy person like Joe Coy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Joe Coy's highbrow.
Well, he's not. That's the point. He's not. Joe Coy is,
Mm.
I don't think he's that funny.
He's not funny.
He's not funny. He's not funny. No. I don't know if anybody watched the Golden Globes, but oh boy, Joe Coy
I didn't watch it.
completely
No.
bombed. Completely he
Yeah,
bombed as a
that-
host. It was so bad.
He even addressed that like the day after. He's like, I didn't write all those jokes. These ones didn't land, and someone else wrote that joke, and 10 days
Oh.
notice, and I'm like,
No, Jim Gaffigan. I don't know if anybody saw his joke. His joke was hilarious. He came out to give an award, but all he said was, well, here we all now. I've caught all the pedophiles. They're all in one room. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, Hollywood pedophiles in one room. Got them. And people were laughing, but I was like, damn, okay. Okay. But all right. Yeah, this special was pretty funny. I laughed. I mean, nothing is offensive to me. You say whatever the hell you want. If it's funny, it's funny. And I thought that shit was funny. And
this
Yeah,
wasn't the one where Netflix employees like got up and walked out.
that was the last one.
That was the last one. Okay.
Because of the trans stuff. And that's why when he brought up the Jim Carrey joke,
That so I didn't know where he was going at first. I was like, okay, like this is a lot of storytelling. But then like when he was like, that's how trans people make me feel. That shit was so funny to me.
Yeah, and I was like, he's right. He's not like, he's okay. Yeah. It's how do you address that? That's what his whole thing was. He's like, that's fucking Jim Carrey. I know it.
Yeah.
When he refuses to be Jim Carrey, he's in
Yeah.
it. That shit was funny. Yeah, a lot of but you're right. He does take a while to get to a punchline. He sets something up. He takes like 5 minutes to set up a whole spiel. But when it lands, you're like, this shit's gonna, wherever it's coming from, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. It's well written. I mean, he's like Laura said, he's a great storyteller. Every time he puts something out, I'll probably watch it. Unlike Cat Williams, like I just
How many Cat Williams specials have you actually watched, though? In all honesty, probably one.
One, maybe two.
I've seen one.
But
I've seen
according to
one.
his interview, he's got a deal with Netflix, and he's gonna come out with millions of them.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, people find Cat Williams funny. I mean, Ricky Gervais just dropped one, and it was the worst
Not
piece
funny.
of shit I've seen in a
Oh
long
my
time.
god, that was such
But they
shit.
keep giving him comedy specials.
That was
So,
such shit.
I mean, I watched and I was like, wow, Ricky Gervais, who wrote this one for you, buddy? 'Cause
Yeah, it
this
was
is
bad. It was almost like
horrible.
he was just telling jokes about the last show that he did. I remember that joke I said about
Yeah,
this. I'm like,
he did. Yeah, he did
oh
that.
my
He
God, dude,
basically
this is
was doing
horrible.
that the whole time. Remember my last special
Yeah,
when I said you can't say this, I just said it. I was like, wait, I'm confused. Are you recapping your last special? Like, this is
Okay,
not.
I'm glad you guys said this because I've seen that promoted on Netflix, and I'm like, is this the one that we already watched like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it
well,
felt
he
like
likes
it.
to wear the same shit on
Oh,
stage.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's this. Okay, so it's a different special, but he's
Yeah,
redoing the same material basically. Okay, good to know.
it's
It's not
just
Okay.
not
even.
good.
It's not
And
even
I
that.
like
bad.
and
Yeah.
I like Ricky Gervais, but I didn't particularly enjoy that last special, so I don't want to watch him rehash it again. Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais, his talent, I think, is more so in the writing and or it's his hosting of the Golden Globes or what was it, Oscars?
Golden
What's
Globes.
he?
Golden
Golden
Globes.
Oh
Globe.
my God. I could watch him. I could fucking watch him host the Golden Globes all day.
Oh
Just
yeah.
fucking singing everybody in the audience
Nobody's safe with
24/7.
him in
Oh
at the
yeah.
Golden Globes.
And that's
Well,
why it was
it's
fucking
yeah.
amazing. But his
This
specials,
no,
but
this
he's an
last one was
amazing
bad.
writer,
Yeah,
but
it was
I don't
bad.
enjoy his comedy.
It was bad because he has this thing where he thinks people thinks he's controversial, so he calls it out. Remember that one time I said this thing, nobody said you could say it. I said it. Then he'll like say a joke 10 minutes later, say the exact same thing. See, I just said that. I'm like, well, I'm very confused. Are you trying to make yourself like
I couldn't finish it. I maybe
no
got
joke.
in.
I got halfway through and I was like, this is not good.
Yeah, it was not
And
good.
then I read some reviews and I was like, oh wow, okay, it's not just me. Everyone thinks this is a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah, it was garbage.
this is
Trash.
not-
There is this trend in the comedy specials that I've watched over the last year or so. No, more than that. More than a year or so. It's they're taking this opportunity of your stand-up special to stand up there and just like make some sort of proclamation
yeah, soapbox.
about
Exactly. Yeah.
it's a soapbox. That
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
why I listen to comedy. I don't want to hear your soapbox. I want you to make me laugh. I don't want you to talk about how I'm not supposed to laugh at that. I just want you to make me laugh.
Yeah, I watched
Get off your soapbox.
Yeah, Tom Segura had one not long ago, and that's what he did. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of funny, but you don't have to keep lecturing the audience of why
Totally.
comedy is this and comedy is that. I'm good. I came here to watch comedy. Like, like one of those
And
things
it
where if you're offended, you probably shouldn't be here. What? I'm offended by that.
exactly. You shouldn't be here.
just
I
offended
just
by
want you to sit there and talk to me, your audience, not talk to the people who aren't your audience. Don't spend your time on the mic talking about the people who aren't your audience because it's really fucking distracting. There's a comedian that I really enjoy. I watch, listen to his podcast all the time. Dan Cummings. I know it sounds like a fake name. It's not. But his latest special on YouTube, it was funny in parts, but mostly it was soapboxy. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Stop telling me who you are and make me laugh.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
your
you in your
job.
personal life. Okay.
I think it's
whatever,
funny when
fine.
like I listen to Adam Carolla's podcast and he has a lot of comics on there and they always promote their YouTube special. I'm like, really? I have a YouTube
Mm.
special then. Anybody can do a YouTube special.
That is true. Anybody
Well,
can
it's
do
like a
YouTube
hosted
special.
YouTube special. But yeah, I mean, that is a very popular channel for people now.
Well, who's now doing comedy, like big time? OnlyFans is giving comedians specials.
Truly, really.
But you have to subscribe to the OnlyFans comedy
Are they
channel.
naked?
No, this is like
Are
literally
they having
regular
sex on stage?
regular stand-up comedy and they're promoting the shit out of it to try to get away from their only basically pornography,
Right.
which is all they are.
People only go there for porn.
Oh,
I
100%.
want to see a comic just doing some chick doggy style and do his show.
Like doing a
That's what
stand-up
I'm
at the
paying
same
for.
time. Yeah.
Actually, that's very
Like a whole hour
intriguing.
special?
Yeah.
Wait, how long?
I say, no, it'd be like 2 minutes. A 2 minutes.
OnlyFans comedy. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so they're gonna start. So Johnny, did you enjoy it? What's your rating of Dave Chappelle's new comedy special, The Dreamer?
I'm gonna go with a 4.
All right,
Had a good
4.
time. It was a little short, I don't know
It
if
would.
you
It
guys
felt like it
56
did.
minutes.
It
It
felt,
was short.
yeah,
it felt short. Yeah.
a little short, but I had a good time. I mean, his it was pretty funny. I mean, a lot of his jokes were pretty memorable throughout. It's just, yeah, I feel like 50 something minutes of it, or like 5 minutes of it is just like the end credits, right? Like all the pictures and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
were cool. I actually
It
watched
was
the whole
cool,
thing.
but I mean, I think they included that 50.
Oh yeah,
Or
it's part of the whole runtime. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
You
100%.
should see all the clickbait the day after. All this clickbait. Little Nas X says something to Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, a ton of it.
Dave Chappelle said something about Little Nas. Didn't I not watch the credits? He was sitting in a green room with Little Nas X. Obviously, they talked. It wasn't just at this party where he showed up like C-3PO and fucking came up to him.
I did like that though. I did like, he had mentioned all these people, but then he like showed pictures of like all of them getting along and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
He has a huge family too. Holy shit. Like 3 boys, 4 girls or
Yeah,
something
man.
like that.
Man.
I didn't know he had that many
Quite a
damn
lot
kids.
of kids.
And even the guy he made fun of, Madison Cawthorn, they showed him at his show laughing.
Yeah,
And then they were
showed him,
together in a
yeah,
picture.
dude in the
Yeah,
wheelchair.
and
Yeah.
he probably got a kick out of it. Like, nah, that's just funny. I'm in a joke. All right. All right. So Laura, what's your rating on Dave's Dreamer? Oh, you're on mute again. Is your microphone broken? There we
no,
go.
she didn't say anything. You
Just-
just
I'm
wouldn't
thinking.
you didn't
Give
give
her
her
a
time.
second. Her brain's catching up to her thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, because the fan.
Her
I
mouth is
got you.
catching up to her thoughts.
I
She's
got you.
drunk.
That's
3
true.
out
She
of-
is drunk too.
I am drunk. 3 out of 5.
All right, 3 out of 5. Carlos.
I give it a 4 out of 5. Like Johnny, I think Killing Them Softly is his best. I bought that DVD. I still have it. That's one of the funniest I've seen him do. But the dreamer part that I felt bad about myself was at the end where he says he's not mad at Will Smith, he's not mad at Chris Rock or all these people because they're dreamers. They dream and they chase their dream. Like the guy in the club, he's in his dream. And that's his dream. He was dreaming and he's telling his friends, Dave Chappelle's here. He's looking at me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm in his dream. And then he thanks the audience for letting him be in their dream. And that's when I was like, man, am I not dreaming big enough? That's what I got out of it.
He just reminded me of that Chris Rock joke. That's pretty good too. When he was on stage and Chris Rock came out
Is that
and
Will
told the
Smith?
joke before him. He's like,
And then
You know, the
nobody,
funniest
and nobody helped.
yeah, nobody
Nobody
helped,
helped.
nobody helped Chris Rock. They all helped Dave though.
But
thought
everyone
the
took turns
funniest
beating
part-
that dude's ass.
The funniest part of that joke was when P. Diddy stopped the dude.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh man, that shit was funny.
No, I feel you, Carlos, because it's a perspective on perspective.
Right.
You have to dream big and also recognize that other people are having their own dream, not be so
Right.
self-centric all the
I see.
time.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so every day somebody that sees me, I'm in their dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they should.
And you're in their dream.
No, I'm not.
And
I'm
so
actually not.
I can
I'm not.
take the like half
No.
of the screen. So like me and Carlos are on one side, and then
Oh,
Johnny
that's how. Oh, I
and
got
on
it.
the other.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Johnny and I live in the real world. You guys may live in make believe.
I do believe it. I totally live in make believe. I
You are.
live
Well,
in the world of metaphor and
alcohol. I
theory
got you.
and alcohol. That too. Yeah.
All right, I rated a 4. I definitely recommend it. Is it my favorite of his? No, I would say his first Netflix special is my favorite special of his. Even though Killing Me Softly is hilarious, his first Netflix special was like fucking
The Sticks and Stones one.
yeah, his best one hands down. That shit
Mhm.
was hilarious. But yeah, I mean it's Dave. If he puts it out, I'm gonna watch it. Kind of sucks that you can't just go watch him. I mean, you can still watch him at a nightclub. He doesn't announce it though, so
Yeah,
you
he
Secret.
just shows up impromptu. and-
yeah, and he does that often in the Bay Area, California, LA, and New York. That's where he does it. So
I was gonna say, I bet he does it a lot in LA.
in Texas now too. I think because
because
Rogan's
of
got
Joe
a
Rogan.
comedy club now.
Yeah, I don't know if he pops in there frequent, but yeah, I mean, Rogan
Is
started a
Rogan
thing over there in
funny?
Austin.
Has anyone seen him stand up? I've never seen his stand up.
I've seen a few of his stuff. He has funny bits, but
Like, can he do? I mean, is he funny throughout the show? I mean, like I said, I listened to Adam Carolla, and I recently saw him stand up. Man, he was funny through the whole show. He's funny. But Joe Rogan, for some reason, I don't see him as funny. I just see him as the Fear Factor guy and the MMA commentator guy. I don't know if he's funny.
Do you ever
He's
listen to his? I don't know about him as a comedian, but as a podcast host, I think he is a very great podcast host.
Oh yeah.
Other people
his
disagree,
podcast is
but
good. His podcast is good. It's just
I've
the
not
problem
heard
is
it. Well, I've seen the clips on YouTube, but I've not heard a show.
the problem with him is he talks about the same shit over and over.
he does.
And
I
then
mean,
he's way too
yeah,
political now, and then he wants to
yes.
just I'm gonna bring on guests that only agree with me, and that's all his show is. And then we'll talk
Oh,
about the
I
same thing
disagree.
over and over.
I disagree. He had the guy from fucking CNN on there, but people from other.
Oh no, I mean not everyone's gonna be a guest that agrees with him, of course. I would say 80% of those people though.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have an audience, right? You have
Yeah,
a base,
exactly.
but I think that a lot of people don't come on to his show because he will fucking whip their ass. Like
He's always been a stand-up though.
he
That's the
is
thing.
Mhm.
He's
smart.
been a
He
stand-up.
Oh,
is
really?
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, and he is
Oh yeah.
quick. And so these people come on, the people who have come on, like from the opposite side, have come on thinking that they're going to school this guy. They aren't. In a verbal sparring, he's going to hold his own and hold his own very well. And so if you kind of like cherry pick from his podcast list, definitely the ones that people who aren't quote on his side are the best ones to listen to.
Oh, they are
Because
though. They are the
because you
best
aren't
ones.
going to get the back and forth and the balance and the true debate of a scenario, but people will come on and think, oh, he's this meathead, that the right wing listens to. I'm going to school his ass. You're not, because he's not dumb. And he's interviewed some of the brightest minds of our generation
Remember
and
though, he's
knows how to do
also
it well.
he's a full-fledged show. He has producers in his ear and everything. So it's not like, let's not get carried away. Like recently when he got
Yeah.
that viral incident
Okay.
where he said something about Joe Biden and they're like, oh, let's watch that clip again. He's like, oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. Why didn't everybody tell me? I was wrong. And I was like,
Because he's
oh,
got somebody fact checking the stuff that he says.
yeah, he's a big show. He's a huge
And
show.
good
I
for
mean,
him. I wish I
Spotify-
had that when I was fucking talking. Somebody
Spot-
coming in and saying, "You're wrong. You're wrong.
you're wrong.
Backtrack that. You're
Oh,
wrong."
Spotify paid him $100 million to be right. That's all I know.
Good
So,
for him.
yeah.
You know what I've been seeing lately? I've been seeing reels that are AI generated with Joe Rogan's voice, and I've been falling for it for like I don't know for a
Really?
good a month. I think it was like, oh, there's this one like pyramid that they found in Alaska, and like he just goes off with these facts, but you don't really see his lips move. They just sort of, like cuts away to pictures of say the pyramid in Alaska and soldiers that found it, but. I don't know. And then I started reading the comments and they're like, you should sue him for all this AI stuff. I'm like, that is AI. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. And I didn't know that, I don't know, like,
Welcome to the world of deep fakes.
right. And, oh yeah, I've fallen victim to a lot of deep fakes. Like, oh, like there's going to be a Titanic part 2. Like I saw the clip for it or I saw the trailer for it. But yeah, I'm just I'm surprised, and a lot of people are gonna watch those reels. And I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I don't listen to his stuff a lot because you kind of have to invest a couple hours for each episode. But I'm a Joe Rogan fan. I listen to his stuff, and I fell for those deep fakes. Like, and I would get them all the time in my feed.
That's the future, man. It's this is getting like high big brain shit, but this is the future, right? If anybody you want to discredit or want people to doubt, deep fakes, that's the avenue, right? You have them saying outrageous things that they didn't really say, but you want people to think that they really said. And people don't fact check this shit. They don't look into it. They just take it at face value. And I'm depressed again.
AI is the future, people. AI is the
Truly,
future.
it fucking is.
Let me tell you, I sent Carlos a song recently. Okay. It was one of my old rap songs, and Johnny knows it called G's Money. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like Snoop Dogg and Tupac are rapping it now. Doesn't sound like me ever. Like I've never been on it. It was Snoop Dogg and Tupac doing the whole song, and it
How'd it
sounds just
sound?
like them. Like it
And
just came
Biggie.
out. And let me tell you, you would think they recorded the damn song, and it's wild. And that's what AI does these days. It's absolutely wild. And
The
I'm just
wild future we're coming into, guys. It
now
freaks me the
imagine,
fuck out.
yeah. Now imagine you're like 60-year-old Eminem, and you're like, I don't want to rap anymore, but I wrote these lyrics, so if someone can rap them, we can make it sound just like me, and he keep your career going. But yeah, it's wild, man. What AI can do, deep fake, and all that stuff. It's absolutely insane.
Well, with those Joe Rogan ones, I mean, it wasn't like anything controversial or anything like that. Because on his show, he'll often say, "Hey, did you hear about this thing? Or did you hear about like what they found
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Amazon?" So like he'll like spit out a fact and story or a story related fact type of thing. And that's what this deep fake was. And I fell for it. I mean,
Yeah, deep faked.
I did.
You fake deeper. Maybe, yeah, you fake deep. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, AI is crazy. It's all AI, and it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah, no way, no way. Johnny, did you want to give us a recap of Cat Williams before we wrap this up? Like, what was Cat talking about?
Ooh, that was a rough watch, right? So, uh, like a lot of people, I just saw clips at first, and he was just talking about Kevin Hart, and then he was talking about P. Diddy offered him $50 million to fuck him in the ass, and just like random things like that. And it just reminded me of like talking to an inmate. Uh, like Lafayette, ask me what time it is.
What time is it?
I'll tell you what time it is. It's time to keep it real because I always keep it real. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That's what I do every day. That's what I've been doing since day one.
Should have never asked you what time it was.
Exactly, and that's what fucking Cat Williams like interview was. He just
was
kept
going
going
off,
off on everybody, going off on Steve Harvey and his fucking haircut and just everything. And
How Steve Harvey steals his jokes. How like
yeah,
Hollywood people are, like you said, they're they'll do anything to be famous, and he's not about that, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
yeah, and I just I don't know. It'll be interesting what's the next step because he mentions a lot of people, and like I feel like P Diddy might have him killed. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he had Tupac killed, so yeah,
on
you're
a
right.
Netflix special.
Oh, well, at least
Maybe on a
that's good.
Hulu special.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I think
One of
it's
I saw one of his specials. I don't think Cat Williams is funny.
he's okay. He's not,
He's okay.
he's okay. It's yeah, I don't know. And it's almost like he's not really telling jokes. He's kind of just pointing things out, you know. And
Well, like I
Observational
guess
comedy?
the comedian who played the Santa Claus person in Friday After Next.
Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, so he like was going off on him because Ricky Smiley said, "Oh, he was supposed to be the pimp," and then like Cat Williams just goes off. How's this gonna be? What happened? This like just basically snitching on everybody, whether it's true
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
Who knows? But who fucking cares? Like it's Friday After Next. Like nobody's. It's not like you were in Saving Private Ryan, but you should have had Tom Hanks's role or anything like that. It's fucking Friday After Next.
Well, Aries Spears, you guys all know he's funny.
Yeah.
He came out and said that, I mean, he went off on Cat Williams. And he said Hollywood was trying to make him the new black comedian. And he just wouldn't show up to set. He wouldn't show up to meetings. Like he just wouldn't show up. He wouldn't do shit. And
I
then
heard Kevin Hart say something like that too on a radio show.
yeah. And Aries Spears said they just gave up on him. Like, no, we're good then. If you don't, I know we have to play by our rules, but if you want to beat that person, guess what? That's how it goes. You can't agree to something and then decide, oh, I'm too good for that. I'm not going to show up. And that's just how shit happens. And then he just sounds bitter, Look at Steve Harvey. He's doing this, he's doing that, and he took my jokes. And then Mark Curry came out recently. I don't know, you guys all remember Mark Curry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that TV show he had?
Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
Oh yeah.
He came out recently saying I was supposed to be Steve Harvey. It sounded so weird. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I was supposed to be Steve Harvey. I got offered this and offered that. And then they went the other black guy, and I'm like, that's not how things. We don't work out that way. Like, not necessarily people would, like, it's not as if you were gonna be the same appeal as Steve Harvey, like, But then again, who knows, right? I mean, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and D.L. Hewley, the three remaining kings of comedy, are not funny. But hey,
They're not funny.
successful careers. So there you go. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie. He was the
Hilarious.
funniest of the
funniest.
Kings of
Man.
Comedy.
Clearly.
Oh, but his show
fucking
was
funny.
so good. His
Oh
fucking
God. I used to watch the Bernie Mac
Oh,
show late
so
at
good.
night. It was on Syndicate. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious. And it's all based like on his real life, and it's just hilarious. And those other guys, not funny whatsoever. But Steve Harvey's funny on what is it? Is it Price is Right? No, not Price is Right. What is it?
No.
Family
Family
Feud.
Feud.
Is he
He's funny.
still on?
Feud.
Oh yeah,
that?
he's never gonna. That's big
Okay.
money. Why would you ever
He's
let that
funny
go?
on that. That'll give
He
him.
is.
He's funny.
He is funny on that, and
He lost a
his-
lot of money recently too. He's got to work for a few more years for sure.
He did lose a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. But hey,
Between
still doing
divorce
that
and like an accountant that stole shit.
Judge
yeah,
Harvey,
but his
whatever that
divorce
stupid
really.
thing is.
I don't think that's on anymore. The Judge Harvey thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In his daylight talk show, Cat Williams talked shit about that. He's like, Kelly Clarkson took your job. And I was like, oh,
What?
yeah. Because Kelly Clarkson, the day show, took that time slot from Steve Harvey.
Oh.
Yeah. And Kelly
So the whole-
Clarkson, yeah, she lost like 100 pounds, so
Yeah, she did.
she literally looks like 19-year-old Kelly Clarkson from freaking American Idol. That's how much weight
She's
she's
probably
lost.
Trying to say she did
Ozempic.
it dieting.
No.
Like,
Yeah, I know. I saw her talk about that. She said she did hardcore juicing and exercise.
bullshit. Not in that short a
Ozempic.
time. I don't believe that.
It was
for a
way
second.
too short. Literally
Hell
6 months
short.
later, she looked like her 19-year-old self, and I was like, oh shit, like maybe it was the divorce. And she's like, fuck you, I'm gonna look like my old self and make you jealous. So that's what it is.
Ozempic.
Ozempic in the house, we can afford it. So fan. Yeah. So I don't know. He just sounds bitter. Callum just sounds bitter. That's all.
He
And, yeah,
does. He sounds like somebody who decided not to play by the rules and is bitter that he didn't get ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, that's life. You have to play by the rules.
Yeah.
And then Shannon Sharp, he's not a great interviewer.
No, he's
like
horrible.
he's not
He's
very good
horrible.
on TV. Like
No.
good football player, but like just
He's bad.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's not good. He's not
Yeah.
good. He tries to come off as keeping it real. I'm like, no, man. When you do interviews, people do appreciate professionalism. You don't have to keep it real on the interview. It's all good, man. It's okay. Like you can be a little fake. You can act a little, I guess, TV if you need to. I don't look at me. This is all professional for me. I don't keep it real one bit. So
Yeah, he's nothing like this in real life.
no, nothing like this.
He's really a super sweet, caring, compassionate
Thank you
guy.
very much.
Whoa.
And I have an accent.
Whoa.
This is my American accent.
Is that AI talking again?
Yes.
Deep fake.
Yep. Anyway, that's it. I got nothing else. Carlos, you got anything?
I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Laura?
Do
Okay, there we go.
I listened to a podcast that Johnny recommended.
Oh,
Hmm.
which one was it?
Dead Eyes.
Oh, wow. Deadeyes came back. All right.
Yeah, about the guy who
Dead Eyes.
lost the spot on Band of Brothers, small
Yep,
bit
yep.
part. And I listened. I don't know what prompted me, but for whatever reason, I remembered that Johnny had recommended it. I started in on the series. I did not listen to every single episode. I will, admit that at the start, because I'm very interested in the things that are specific to Band of Brothers and the casting or the history or whatever the case may be. And then I listened to the episodes like names that I knew or
Mhm.
sounds like they might kind of directly correlate. And it was an interesting series that it started out as if I think one of their first guests really nailed it. Like, it's like Serial, as if the topic wasn't murder, but something that didn't matter at all. Like they started like very serious, like we're gonna investigate this, etc., etc. And then over time, it became more like the Wonder Years, in like a
Right.
self exploration of failure and rejection and fate and how you're gonna end up and all those kinds of things. And I enjoyed, I think, those later episodes a lot more. in that exploration of what it means, how do you pick yourself up from rejection? Where is it that you're meant to be? Where are those connections that lie with people that you've never met? And but yeah, I appreciate the recommendation, Johnny. I enjoyed it in totality. There were some I was like, this seems very self-serving and stupid towards the beginning, but then towards the end, I'm like, okay, I like it. I like the reflections. The episodes with the last episode with Tom Hanks was great. And he did the right thing. He ended it on that button. He didn't try to keep it going, which was very
Right.
smart on his part.
Oh wait,
And
you tell me his
the-
podcast ends?
Yeah.
it does.
We should look into that. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah, we should. Did you listen to the Colin Hanks one?
I did, yeah. Mhm.
And what did you think of the fact checking, if you will, of some of the things from Colonel Winters versus?
That was my favorite fucking episode. I was riveted in the episode where they were like Private Zelensky. Who was this person?
Mhm.
Who was the person that he said that it was versus the person it may have actually been? Because there's like 2-letter differences with these other people who are in the company. That is the shit that I am so fucking into, like the nitty-gritty details of history that are just lost to time and trying to detective it out. I was riveted. That was my favorite episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that too. Just not that it necessarily discredited any of the Band of Brothers stuff,
No,
but
not at all.
it added to it, and then it changed a couple of stories around. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know what happened, and we all know the battles and whatnot, and who won, who lost. But just the little details I thought was great.
And that the devil is in the details, right? And so seeing the examination of what they had remembered versus what might have been reality, the people who have lived this life and his nephews, who came on
Hmm.
and talked to them, it doesn't discredit anybody. It just goes to show human memory is super fallible and you just kind of have to roll with it. That I was, yeah, like I said, just glued. That episode was amazing. The Private Zelensky, or the big Zelensky was the name of that episode,
Hmm.
and I loved that episode.
I'm glad you
there
liked it.
go. There you go. Dead Eyes. Check it out. Where you get your podcast, I guess here, where we listen to this, you can listen to Dead Eyes. All right, before we go, movies of the weekend. The Book of Clarence is coming out this weekend. I know you guys know what the Book of Clarence is. Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
No,
Carlos, I can't hear you.
sounds like a Terry Gilliam.
Sounds like I haven't seen it. I've seen the previews. They look funny, but isn't it much like the Monty Python Book of Brian?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yes, it is. It's a
Only
lot
it's
like
a
it.
black character instead of
Exactly.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's a religious type of take. Yes, exactly.
Where they mistake this guy for Jesus.
Yes.
I'm
So
guessing. I haven't.
I'll tell you, it's a down on his luck man struggles to find a better life for his family while fighting to free himself of debt. And then you're right, he gets mistaken to be the rising Messiah.
Mm.
And he
So
tries
it's
to
the Book of
capitalize
Brian.
on it. It is the Book of Ryan, pretty much.
Book of
Yes.
Brian. Yeah.
Brian, yeah, Brian. Also, Mean Girls, the remake comes out this week. So if you guys want to see Mean Girls, and the movie The Beekeeper by David Ayers, starring Jason
that was good.
Statham, and of course, Pixar's releasing Soul in theaters since it only came to streaming originally.
The Suicide movie.
Oh God damn it! Here we go again. And also in Warner Brothers news, they hired Tom Cruise's development company to produce original movies and franchises that he will either just produce or will star in, of course. But he is now exclusive property of Warner Brothers. Tom Cruise. Well, there you go. So, he
Okay,
made his
I've got one more
reality.
This first one's gonna be Schmission and Schmiz Possible.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's just call it the Impossible Mission. Like, what? Didn't we see these already? What'd you have, Laura?
Okay, this is like late breaking news because this show came out, I don't know, 6, 9 months ago. Good Omens 2?
Oh yeah.
Did
It's
anybody?
getting a third one. Mhm.
Yep. Started.
Did
Are
you
they
guys
making a
watch?
third one? I started watching it.
I did. I
The
watched the
first
second
one
one.
was so good. The first
I watched the
season
second
was
one.
The first one was great. The second one I enjoyed, but I'm also like, what the fuck is happening here? Did you
There's
guys
a
watch
lot
the whole
going on.
thing?
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
good.
Why are the
I heard
angels?
what happened, but I haven't
Why
got
are the
through it yet.
angels gay? Can someone tell me why the angels are gay?
Pandering. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's, I
Yeah.
don't even think it's
Pandering.
pandering as much as they're so trying to go the opposite of what you think it is. You know what I mean?
No, it's not the opposite of what they think they are because they're
No,
clearly
no.
pandering.
Not what they think they are, of what it is in normal society of what
Yeah, I
we
guess.
think of. That's what I'm saying. But there is a season 3, which I was very surprised because the original writer of that show, he only wanted one season. He's a really
There was
famous.
only one
Mm.
season in his books. It's
That's right.
based
There's
on
only
his
that's
book,
right.
his graphic
The
novel.
book
It's
only is the
the
first
book
season.
is
Yeah,
one
yeah.
season.
Yeah, it's the first season.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he was like, okay, you guys can do a second season. And now he's probably like, oh, you're paying me. Go ahead and do a third one. Just like,
I
I
mean,
don't
I
care.
thought
don't blame anybody who takes a paycheck.
Well,
Well,
and he,
season one
yeah.
was hilarious when people started bitching to Netflix about taking it down because it was so sacrilegious, and Netflix was like, "Cool, we'll take it down." Netflix never had it. It was
I
always
know,
Yeah, I know. I
Amazon.
remember
I was
that.
like, what?
Remember Netflix put it on Twitter? Yeah, you got it. We got you.
We'll take it down. You win.
You got us.
That's
It's like
awesome.
people
High
telling
kudos to that social media
yeah,
manager right there. It's like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
It's like telling HBO, take that warrior off air. Oh, you got it. Right away. Right away. You got it. We take care of you. We listen to you people over here. Yeah, yeah. The guy that wrote Watchmen. What's his name? Carlos, you know his name? Something
The
more.
original Watchmen
Yeah, and he also
or
wrote.
the TV show?
He also wrote Sandman.
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. Alan Moore.
Yeah.
He's very much
He
anti-Hollywood.
didn't write Sandman. Alan Moore didn't write
Are
Sandman.
you
No,
sure
because Alan Moore only has a
wrote-
deal with Amazon. He doesn't have a deal with Netflix, and Sandman is on Netflix.
who wrote Sandman? It was
Neil
another
Gaiman.
Oh, it's right,
Yeah,
Neil
that was
Gaiman.
Neil
Yeah.
Gaiman. Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman wrote it. Yeah. But
There
Michael
we
Moore's
go.
he's
Throwing
very
throwing a little
Not
nerd
Michael
cred
Moore,
right there.
Alan
I
Moore.
know
he
stuff.
Michael I said Michael Moore. Alan Moore is very anti-Hollywood. He hated Watchmen. He said what's funny is he says, I hate Watchmen. I've never seen it. Yeah. And
Hey,
but
that's
yeah,
a man
yeah,
of principle. I like it.
yeah. But he liked Good Omen. So, maybe at his old age is like, you know what? Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. Just
Whatever.
pay
Yeah,
me. I
yeah,
don't care
yeah,
at this
yeah,
point. Like
I mean, Good Omens, the actors are so good. They're so hypnotic. They're great to watch. David Tennant and
David
what's his
Tennant's
name?
incredible.
What's the other
no,
guy's name?
And the Welsh guy, forget his name.
they're so good. Yeah.
They're
So
great.
he's wrote a
But like
couple
the
of
overall story, I'm just like,
yeah. Well,
but just the scenes with those guys are enough to suck you in. I don't know. I got thoughts.
well, he wrote From Hell, which is also adapted to a movie. He did
Yep.
V for Vendetta, also
Yep.
a movie.
Mm.
That's Alan Moore, not.
This is all Alan Moore. All of this is
Yeah.
Alan Moore. Watchmen, and Lost Girls, which was also turned into a movie. But everything else is very comic book heavy. So he's wrote a lot of, Superman and stuff, but nothing more than that. I mean, I think his biggest thing is Watchmen. I mean, it's a massive thing in the comic book world. But yeah, there you go. So there's your nerd stuff at the very end. We saved it
Now,
for
who
you.
wrote the book that Netflix took the option for? The Greg Capullo book, the Sandra Bullock production company has taken.
Yes, that's by Mark Miller because
That's
they
Mark
own.
Miller,
I mean, they
okay.
have
What
on
is
Netflix. So he wrote a book called Reborn.
Reborn. So good.
Reborn.
Never heard of
So
it.
good.
So
Yeah.
Reborn it's a really good book. Yeah, Reborn. When you die, you actually you're reborn into what I guess you could say like a warrior. I don't even know. It's a crazy story. It's really good though. It's really good. So, but Mark Miller's all his books are optioned for Netflix. Will you see him? Who knows if you'll ever see these movies? But Mark Miller writes a lot of crazy good comic books. If you don't know, he created Kick-Ass. That's the best way to kind of know who he is. He created Kick-Ass. All right, well there you go. No, nothing else for you, Johnny. No, you good?
Also available on streaming.
Okay.
Bricklayer. Aaron Eckhart.
yes.
And I
Ric
feel like
Flair.
they're going to come out with a lot of these, like, they're just going to list your title of your job. The plumber, the fucking...
Well, it's
That's
an
a
actually
porn,
the
isn't it?
transporter.
It's an action
the
thriller.
pipe layer.
Yeah.
The
Wink, wink.
masseuse. The masseuse is like
Yeah,
porn.
it's an action. It's an action
The
thriller.
masseuse was a good
The
one. actually.
gynecologist.
Ah, yes. A dramatic.
Oh, what if
movie.
that was Jason Statham? I'd feel sorry for the woman. He's like sticking his, he's like kicking her ass. sticking
Big
his foot.
fingers.
Beekeeper looks so dumb that it looks like a really bad movie that you'll enjoy. It just looks so dumb.
Like
That's-
most Jasons.
That is true. He makes dumb movies. Really
He
bad.
really, truly
He
does.
makes
That
I-
make
bad
money.
movies.
I don't know. They make money. Like the
I
Meg
enjoy
2.
watching them.
Oh, the Meg made money.
Yeah, I
Makes
know.
money. It makes a lot of money overseas because it's also produced by a Chinese company. And if you watch the Meg, 80% of the actors are Chinese. So yeah, and it takes the one. What is he? Is he English? I don't know what he is, but it takes the one Englishman to save the world.
He's English.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So check that out. Check out The Beekeeper this weekend if you're bored. Oh, and Napoleon came out on streaming. If you guys want to see Joaquin Phoenix.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I do.
We should
Play
check that out. Review it.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
When we get through it.
Okay, well then Napoleon next week, people.
Eh,
The French
maybe
hero
the
that he
week after
was. Eh, was he a
Hey,
French
we
hero?
got a whole week. We can
It was a-
watch it in 2 parts,
it was a
right?
French-
It's probably a 3-hour
Two parts.
And Monday's a holiday. Plenty of time to watch it.
But, oh wait, yeah. What Monday's a holiday? What?
Oh,
Martin
not
Luther
for
King?
you.
Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not for private companies. So
Depends. We're off.
that
I'm a
is
private
true,
company. I'm
though.
off.
That is true. That is true. But I guess your company likes
If
minorities.
you don't take the day off, are you
Mm.
racist?
Yes.
That is a good question. Also,
Yes.
another question
your
is:
com- Company.
Ooh, I gotta.
Tell your
Should-
company.
should at least the black employees have the day off, paid day off? Huh? Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But then, like, how
Always
deep
paid.
do you go? What about mixed kids?
I got a story.
They
for
get
you.
half days. They
What
get
about
half
like white kids, but their dads aren't around? All right, never mind. Let's just go.
days.
Let's just-
Wow!
let's just go.
Wow! Okay.
Let's just
Wow.
go.
No, you know what though? That's a good point. I was also thinking Martin Luther King was fighting for all civil rights, so I guess everyone should have the day off. Saved you, Johnny.
Yep.
You're good.
There you go.
Ooh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Oh man! Wow, what a joke.
I got a story for after we're off.
Wait, why?
A boss of mine. Well, we showed up. I didn't realize it was Martin Luther King Day because I worked for a private construction company. We did remodeling. And then so we showed up, and my supervisor or the owner of the company always liked to show up with us. And then he would go inside, tell the client, we're here. We're going to start demoing your kitchen and putting it back together, blah, blah, blah. So me and my buddy are standing next to our cars, just waiting for him to come out. He comes out. He goes, "Yeah, you guys take the day off. We're not working today. They want to take the time off because it's Martin Luther King Day." I'm like, "What?"
Holy
We looked at
shit.
each other and we're like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Wow. Was your boss Asian?
No.
Okay.
With
that would've
an
been-
accent.
Yeah. Would have been extra funnier. Yeah. Oh well.
Like,
Oh,
oh my God, I
jeez.
can't believe you just said that. But he's dead now. So
Martin Luther King. Yeah, no, he's assassinated.
and my boss.
Oh, okay. Somebody assassinated him too? Son of a bitch. That's our show, everyone. Was it that day when someone heard him say it? Somebody just oh wow. It's just all right.
Yeah.
What a joke. Johnny goes pretty good with his joke, and Carlos tries to top him.
That wasn't a
You
joke.
win.
That
You
was
win.
that was
Wasn't even a joke. It was a
win.
true
It was
story.
a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just looked. Me and my buddies looked at each other like, "Yeah, we're going home. All right, bye.
Yeah.
We're out
We'll
of here."
Bye.
We'll take the day off. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's our show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Nerds Talking the podcast for Johnny,
See ya.
for Laura,
Goodbye.
for Carlos,
Bye bye.
and I'm Lafayette. Catch you next time on Nerds Talking the podcast. See you later.
G. Money. Square scratch paper. Always pulling capers. And living hella major. Yo, G's, money, school of scratch paper. You about to catch the vapors, I'm always living major. I'm pulling hella capers, I'm back on the go. Persist with my game, exist with it, man. I'm the first on the list when I grab the mic with my fist ready to spit this game. Everybody know this shit. With more game than Monopoly, bashing through the cut in a G'd up ride. So baby, what's up? I got G-stack tied to the brim, so here I go. Bust a game like this, play it cause you know it, man. I'ma play a pimp extraordinary MC, as I make it bounce like a straight G. And everybody wanna be like nuts, so here we go. Skrilla scratch, federal paper, dead presidente. Wishing you could be me, living like this every day.
G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers.
G's, money, school of scratch fatty. So here I go, I'm ready. This game gets heavy. I'm about to rock the game over and over. I'm coming right at you. So baby, listen real close. More money, more problems. I know you can't solve them. No need to get salty. Bounce, cook, slide, and ride. Come through the west side where I reside. Cause that is the side where chicks wanna hang. Dudes wanna slang and bras wanna bang. And everybody wanna get a piece of the game. Everybody see I'm a G with the fatty. Money making player, always with the paper. Keeping it 100 while you still catching vapors. No one's have to battle like G.I. Joe. I have to let you know that you messing with a pro.
G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers.
Money, school of scratch paper.
Come on,
Always living major
come on.
and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper.
Come on,
Always living major
come on.
and pulling hella capers. Yo, G's, money, start from the last verse. Accumulate waste to everybody on the planet Earth. If you wanna mess with the boo, get the whores, the bass beating snares. Now you been warned. I'm not a gangbang thug or a mobster. My music's made to come out your pockets because I rob you. And taking your money is my first priority. Cause G's understand the way the game works for me.
G's, money, and federally paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. That's the line that I boss and persist with. Live my life by it, don't you knock it till you try it. Everybody understand those huns one step ahead. Always with the game plan, microphone in my hand.
It's about this time that I bust with another fun player type rhyme.
G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers. G's, money, school of scratch paper. Always living major and pulling hella capers.